know, I would go to put my glasses on, and then my lens would pop out right when I'm having to switch scenes. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hey, buddy. Hello. The business is good, my friend. The business is good. Asphalt's doing okay. I wish, well, nothing. It's just a slow grind. I've been doing more career, and that's just taking forever. But forever is as forever does, I suppose. Um, yeah. So we're gonna take a look at a song that I wrote before this stream. Bear with me, it's not the greatest. I spent a whole whopping 25 minutes putting together, but I needed something to put together to work on. So, yes, and I've already started. But see, I can't do the special event because I don't have the car. But I have my scenario. All right, so we're going to be using a bunch of samples I have from a pack called I think it's the Mega Producers Pack, and it's from Humble Bundle. You can find it right now on Humble Bundle. We're going to be using the G sharp. Yeah, exactly. I don't have the car for it. The New Disco Pop G sharp is what we're going to be using. And just to show you that real quick, because mine doesn't let me do it. I don't have the car for it. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking the wrong one. Yeah, you're right. Humble Bundle. No, I just always get you confused in what you're talking about. My bad. I've always got a lot of things on my mind, especially when I'm first starting the stream. It's like a lot to bombard me with. This pack I think I just got. You can get 45 loop packs for $25. That's pretty good. And they're all right. So we're going to be working with some of these right now, particularly... Yes, the Roma. Yeah. I get it confused because I can't remember all the names. I'm old. I don't remember anything. Disco Pimp. What is that? But where's this new disco that I'm using? I don't see it. Should we just search for... Oh, there it is. New Disco Pop. Yeah, I know, and I just don't have it, which is what's whack. Wah, wah, wah. All right. So again, this is on a Humble Bundle. If you're interested, 20. The Strawdale is nice. The $25 for these 45 items, which is not bad. All right, let's go ahead and start up Reaper and get ourselves going in classical style here. Close that out. Don't need it. And that's for my mic chain, so need it. All right, let's open up. It's called Spaced Out. Yeah, no, I was confused. I thought I was talking about the Roma. I'm sorry. I know you tell me, but I don't plan on talking about it, but I always get confused on the names. That's all. All right, so here we are. Pretty plain project. Let's go ahead and get it organized real quick. I haven't busted or anything. I was saving that for the romantic part for when we were together streaming, and Yeah. Why do I hear myself? Oh yeah. No need to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and continue forging ahead. So here's a song. Before we give it a listen, or let's go ahead and. Oh, you don't have to be gone. There's no news? No, I haven't seen the new video yet. The one you just posted? No, I haven't. I haven't looked at Discord yet today. Well, not in the server yet today, so I will do that after stream. All right, let's give this a listen. Again, like I just don't be too critical. I just made this in like 25 minutes, so don't be a bitch about it. Yes. Oh yeah, no, I saw the tweet. Yeah. Well, I didn't see the video though. Because if you posted in Discord, I haven't seen it yet. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see a video attached in the tweet. So not my greatest piece of work, but for 25 minutes I'll take it. Now this was again using the new disco pop loops. There's only a few loops in here, and it's pretty texture rich, I'd say. There's a lot going on. We could certainly do some ducking, but I think that there's a lot of ways to approach this. And what I wanted to do today was really just kind of relax and have some fun with you guys and talk while we work on this file, and you take your guys' suggestions to see what we can do to really flavor this up, and then just really practice with Reaper. That's what it's really all about, right? I mean, I think as a producer, you always ABP, baby, always be practicing, or always be producing. But I guess if you're always producing, you're always practicing. So because you learn new things every day, whether it's a hotkey or some type of a filter trick or something else, by diving into the software and getting in there and doing things that you don't know how to do and challenging yourself is how you figure things out, how you find things out, and how you can accomplish more and really make your workflows speed up. There's a theme I wish I could use from White Tie called Imperial. It's beautiful, but I need a 4K monitor to do such, and I don't have 4K. This is only half that at 2560, 1440, and it's not enough space for the mixer, plus the track bar, and I figure you guys want to see both, not just the track panel, because track panel is boring. And then so is just the mixer if it's just on the mixer. I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll reset the marker here, the playhead at 0. And let's start out by organizing. I'd like to do that first. So this will give you a glimpse into how my workflow goes. We have a few different drums going on here. So this is Radio Beat is a drum track all on its own. So I probably won't, and it's also wet. I don't think it's dry. Let's listen to this here real quick. Yeah, that is not dry. So that's gonna have to be on its own bus. But we can go ahead and bus together all these drums. And so why don't we insert a new track? Okay, and why don't we call this the drum bus? Of course, that would pop up in my way. All right, so we do drum bus, and then we're going to go ahead and take everything. And I've already kind of conveniently lined up all the drums underneath it, so we can make a folder, which is also known as a subgroup in other DAWs. And we're gonna take the snare, the ride, the hi-hat loop that's there, and this kick, and you just grab it, and you're gonna put it up to drum, but notice if you put it just right underneath drum, that line is indented to the right. If you go a little bit up and to the right, that's what you want. So now we have a folder, and now I can just open and close all these and subgroup them, see, like that, and clean it up a little bit. But then also down here, it cleans up real nice too in the mixer. So let's take our drums, and for drums, I like to use light blue. So we're gonna go ahead and do a track color, and we're gonna do this kind of little number here. For buses, I like to use dark blue and a red fader, and we'll get to, let's see, we have probably, guess we can insert a track here, and then we can bus these two. Now we can bus from down here, or not bus, I'm sorry, we can folder from down here. I think. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait. Oh, wait. No. Wait a second. Do you do it like that? No. Wait. That failed epically. Oh. Okay. I've done it before. Damn it. All right. So fuck it, as they say. We're gonna just go ahead and drag them and put them up here, and then we'll do this as effects bus media, and that way I know it's not like, you know, reverb or some effect that I'm doing. It's the actual media files itself. And we'll go ahead and tidy that up, and then we have that bus going for it, and then we've got these Vox. So we'll go ahead and make a Vox bus real quick. Okay, and we will slide these babies underneath this baby. And then we get the Vox bus going, right? Okay, so this way we can kind of clean up the track control panel up at the top. That's called the TCP, or the track control panel up here. Blah, 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 blah. What else do we have here? We've got Radio Beat. Excuse me. Okay. We've got Radio Beat, bass, chord. Excuse me. I think leads, arpeggio, and chords is going to be a synth bus. So why don't we do a synth bus here? Okay, and then we'll take the synth bus and we'll bring it up right there, and we'll take the arpeggios, the chords, and we'll put those underneath the synth bus. And actually, the bass also. Normally, I'd put on its own bus, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave it alone and just kind of self-bus it, as it were. Okay, bring that indent out to get it out of the group. There we go. And so we've got. All right, so why don't we move? Hold on a sec. I've got to. Well, first let's. Okay, first we need to size everything correctly. So making sure there's no gaps, we're gonna go here and we're gonna go to track layout and we're gonna do mixer panel and we're gonna do large fader blue so everything's the same. And then I'm gonna drop down and we're gonna take anything that's in the folders, which is these three here. Anything that's its own bus gets to stay the same. But anything that's in a bus gets narrower because that way we can organize a little bit better. So track layout. Don't ever open against the side of your screen like this. It's kind of stupid. And then we're going to go back to default, and this is going to be fader blue. Okay, and then now we have, you see these bigger panels, which I'm going to go ahead and differentiate out like this. Well, let me do this. First, boy, suddenly I got a tickle in my throat. I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to take this bus. All right, and we're going to take these, and we're going to set the color. We'll make it dark blue. Okay, and yeah, it's beautiful, internet. And then we're gonna take the faders and we're gonna make them red. But they need to be large red, so we're gonna go to large red, and that way I know, okay, those are bus faders. Now, for these independent channels, we'll go ahead and make these yellow so they're easier to see, and we'll make these with the yellow faders as well, so they're kind of, we know they're independent. So it, you know, again, it all kind of starts out with good organization. You kind of want to get everything organized so you're ready to hit the ground running. And so now that we've got it bussed out, we're going to get some color going on here. So I like to keep colors uniform within the buses so they're easy to see. So we'll go ahead and set this color here. These are effects. I like effects to be pink because I don't know, they just seem pink to me in my world. We're going to set the custom color of the Vox buses. Generally, I do red for Vox. Okay, and then we have drums already set to the light blue, and we have the synth bus members. We're going to track color to. For synth, I usually will use like an offshoot of blue, but for right now, why don't we use green or something, like a different green. There we go. I'm colorblind, so if I ever get a color wrong, please don't make fun of me. I you know, I try. I'm not, you know, I try. All right, let's go up here and concatenate there. Okay, there we go. Now, we'll kind of shove these to the rear. That way they're not taking up a bunch of space and we can see these buses more clearly. Now you can see up here, we've taken on the colors and now we're getting organized up in the track panel too. Your synth bus with your three members, your drum bus and the effects bus, and the Vox bus, and then the bass and the radio beat. And of course we should probably add more to this song. I don't know, it's not really a complete song, but it's just something to work on for right now. So, okay, so now let's go ahead and say you really should, what do you call it? If you don't do each instrument, you should at least icon out your buses just to make it just to make it easier to see. Okay, and then that way, that way, That's a creepy looking head. Why couldn't there be better icons? All right, that way you know what's what. By quickly looking, you can see now the parts have been organized on the track control panel as well as down over. Yeah. And we'll go and give ourselves a little more room to work with on the mixer. So we'll bring this up just slightly to cover up the Vox bus, and then we can obviously scroll down if we need be. But by tightening this up, now we can see a lot more of the tracks at once, which is nice. And you just click this little box here to bring up the different sizes of the tracks instantly. Pretty handy feature for this theme. The theme I'm using right now, in case you're wondering, if you're watching and wondering, it's called Magic Clover Dark. And there's just a few twangs I put on it, but nothing major. And I like it the way it is. It looks pretty good. So, all right. So now now because the way Reaper works, when you make these groups, I don't need to do sends and buses because or sends and receives because it's already doing it for me by a parent, what's called parent folders, and the parent folder send, which will go to the master send. So I don't need to send everything. What we're going to do now is we've got it bust out. We've got our instruments, right? Now, again, we should kind of do everything just because we're good people, and we should do. Okay, I forgot what I'm looking at. Is this the kick drum? I think this is the kick. If it's not the kick, then kick me in the face. It's the kick. All right, so, and you might be like, well, isn't that overkill? Well, yeah, and yes and no. And the reason why is again, it's all about workflow, and so you got to go through all this in the beginning to save yourself time in the end. Okay, and so because being able to see these really quickly, damn it, is this a ride or is this? Oh no, this is another hi-hat. Because yeah, being able to see these at a glance, like that's a hi-hat, this is going to be a ride cymbal, just helps. And shaving off some seconds can really help. A few seconds here or there, 1,000 times, it's a lot. Let's go ahead and let's do this snare. Track layout. What am I doing? Okay, yeah, track icon, snare. All right, let's do the top. And then, okay, so effects, that doesn't really matter, because we know they're pink. The chords, the leads, the arpeggio, they're not really that specific right now, or we don't have to get that specific. So those are green, easy to see. Box, easy to see. Red. It's really just drums I pay attention to because it's sometimes you need to work on those individually and etc. So why don't we start? Well, what should we start with? I guess the first thing that plays is this radio beat. And the synth on the synth bus, which is the lead. Okay, so the lead's gonna start playing. So first we got the radio beat. So let's take a listen to the radio beat, see what we need to do to it to, do whatever we need to do. Not much. I think what I'd like to do is just give it a little bit more high end. So what we can do is we can look for an exciter. Or we can try this enhancer. Generating some harmonics would be nice to give it some thickness. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, if you ever want to solo just the delta of whatever you're doing, in Reaper you can do that simply by holding Alt and pressing the volume wheel at the top right corner of the FX window. See, now it's turned into a solo delta symbol. Alright, let's get that low frequency down there, like really down there. Let's get that high frequency a little higher. Because I want to give it more dynamic of a sound, but also like more garbage than it sounded originally. So I think we're there. Okay. Now, I wonder if we put an exciter on that. And we'll just put a simple exciter on. We don't need... This track is in Brazil. We don't need a fancy exciter, so we'll use a T West exciter here. Alright. Now let's see what that sounds like with effects and without. Alright. Before... after. It's not a major change, but it's enough. It's enough for me to like it. I wanted to be a little more airy, and thus now it is. Although I gotta say, with all these, you know, could we have accomplished it a different way? I think absolutely. In fact, let's go ahead and delete those. Let's go back and let's use let's talk more high-end plugins here, and let's use Shep's parallel particles. That's a good way to do something like this, where you have a source that is lo-fi or some type of source that you need to work with, and you know, on the four basic principles of this plugin quickly, and that's thickness, air, bite, and sub. And that's, you know, sub, bass, thickness is body and air, and then bite or transient attack. So let's go back and listen to this loop again now, and let's go ahead and now use this tool to expand it with air. We need to get some more transient attack in there. Maybe a little more body. All right, now I kind of like that a little more. So let's listen without. Pretty flat and one-dimensional, which is kind of what I wanted. But this is going to bring you up for that drop a lot better right here. All right, so we're good there. Now let's take a look at that synth that comes in the beginning, and oops, not the whole bus, but just the lead here, and let's take a listen. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not dry. It's already it's phasing and panning. So let's see if we can do some transformative work on this. little parallel there. All right, but let's go crazy with it, right? So like this could easily get more something else. We could use like a distortion, like a guitar distortion, but why don't we who makes tails? Unfiltered, okay. All right, so what I'd like to do is match the lo-fi nature of that initial beat with match the lo-fi nature of that initial beat that we have coming up with that one we just did. That comes up right up until what, 15th measure. Okay, so why don't we do it like, yeah, so, okay, so it's like right up to here. So why don't we split this? Okay, so why don't we already, let's see, let's solo this, let's split this, take this, and let's not do this. So let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Okay, we're gonna add some effects just to this particular take right there, or that particular item, and we're going to try to probably use lo-fi AF to get it to sound lo-fi, or we can use needlepoint to make it sound like it's on vinyl. So why don't we just loop this section real quick? Okay. Let's see what kind of presets. Don't be afraid to use presets, man. That saves time. Older vinyl. I like the okay, well, let's see how this will work. I like that transition. So we go from this lo-fi, you know, and kind of filtered down drum beat loop plus this kind of little lead, and then boom, clarity, and we get to it. But the impact is not as high as I'd hope. But we can maybe fix that with something, something. I don't know, something magical. Pardon me a second. If anyone has any questions so far, please, by all means. Okay, now let's go ahead and listen to, let's go down the line. Let's just go ahead and listen to the arpeggio now. I'd like to create a little bit more depth with that. Now, one of the easiest ways to do it is using mastering the mix and using the animate plug on them. Don't forget to save. And to synth and try and take the transient here. That's a little bit too much, so why don't we try something else? I like that. Let's try without. This brings out that entire sheen. See if we can do a little more. Okay, this is such a heavy-handed tool. You have to be very careful with that. Okay, we had a peak alarm there. All right. Now let's go ahead and take a look at these chords. Why do I not have any of this shit dry? Okay, so right away, that's one of my complaints here is going to be about this pack. Is that a lot of these samples aren't dry, and they do have a dry. They do have a dry. They do have a dry folder, but some of these samples aren't in there, and a lot of these are all heavily processed to the point where I can't do much with these because they're already processed. And so one of the things, in case you guys don't know what the difference between wet and dry means, all that really means is that one took a shower and the other didn't. No, what it is that something is said to be wet when it has effects applied to it in some manner or form. Typically, reverb or something like that would be called a wet signal. If it's attached to the main signal, then it's a wet signal. A dry signal is one that has not been touched. It is as it was when it was recorded. And I need to use those when applying these types of effects because otherwise, it's already phasing back and forth or panning back and forth and phasing and all sorts of other shit. I can't apply my own stuff to it now. It's all broken. So it kind of, you always want to work with dry as much as possible so you can be as creative and use your own paintbrushes to massage and work the canvas, as it were, versus trying to. Unless you want something that's polished and ready to go, and you like I said, I made this song in like 20 minutes, and actually it had enough effects and stuff going on for it that it was pretty much ready to go. It's not master perfect or anything, but if I needed to do it quickly for a project or a quick advertisement or whatever the case may be, boom, you can do it, with wet files. But right now, this is kind of a bummer. So, okay, let's go ahead and see, because it really limits us as what we can do. What can I do with this? Other than EQing and other things to do like dynamics, there's nothing I can do. I can't be terribly creative with this because I can, but it's not going to sound great because it's already been fucked with. What we can try to do is we can try and do some crazy shit to it, like with some crazy filters. Not gonna work this time. We needed something like. No. Maybe something glitchy, but not too crazy. I said nothing too crazy. I mean, I just feel so limited by this, you know, but I guess it's just master, and I guess we don't have to worry about the mixing so much. I mean, about the creative part. It's already kind of put together. So, all right, then let's just go ahead and see. What do we want to do here? Let's... Let's take a look. Let's make a shelf. Whoopsie. I mean, let's make a high pass filter. Clean up that weird noise. Give it the old bump. Okay, let's kind of clear up a little space first in the mid-range, which was getting kind of crowded. I didn't really look, but let's take a look while we're at it. Okay, right now we're looking pretty good, but there's only one thing playing, so let's see. Oh, okay, that's gonna work out real nice. Okay, so all right, so we've finished up that bus. Now we move on to the drums, which is really a foundational thing, right? So we need to do what we can to make some hard-hidden action here. So let's take a listen to the kick, and let's make it more kicky. Now, I got lots of tools to fuck with kicks, so we can do lots of... Okay, that's a really weak kick, right? So why don't we do some things? There's such things as kick and bass. There's the quick kick tweak. Let's see. Okay, I rather like this because it's keeping it, it's limiting it. And it's adding that extra little bit of action to it. There it is. All right, why don't we take that and then really, all right, I think it's kicking right at 45. I don't know if we can get down to 45. Oh, dang. We still got a peek out of this thing. All right, and we really need to add some saturation here because I would really like to get some more harmonics. So why don't we put on yield, there we go. Interesting. It's interesting how steel transformers always kind of give that kick, that kind of voluptuousness. All right, so that's pretty kicky. And we're going to nestle that in around, I don't know, around there. Around 12 to peak at minus 12. Okay, so now we'll go and move on to the next, which is the hi-hat loop. And for this, why don't we take a look at some of our options? I am kind of fond of JJP drums right now. It just kind of lends a nice sound. So why don't we solo that? Oh, I forgot. This doesn't have a cymbal module. 1 second. It's... Okay, here's the old hi-hat. And, you know what I need to do? Gonna need to, now, I don't know, normalizing has been a real big ordeal lately. Okay, so we're gonna minus 12 everything. Okay, now we got a little more better control going on here because it's just, everything's peaking too easy that way, the other way. All right. Now, I think what we can do is we can probably bring all of our volumes up to 0, actually, now I think about it. All right. And then, now that we're at unity, we're going to go ahead and take the kick, and we're going to go back to the kick. Oops. All right, still sounding pretty good. It's peaking a little bit higher. All right, now we're good because I forgot we put it back to 0. So, okay, we're bringing down about 6 dB, and then we're peaking at minus 12, and that's where we want to be right now. So we'll just take this and we'll move this over here. No questions asked because we're lazy right now. And then we're going to take the ride, and I think what we'll do is we'll put this over here too, but we're going to change this. Maybe a room, and then we're going to see, first of all, did we get... Turn that master fader down just a touch so we don't blow our ears out again. All right, that looks pretty good. A little oversaturated at the moment, but we'll see if we can fix that up. And then what do we got here? A snare, is it A? So we'll just go all JJP drums on this. But easy. We'll do snare top. Yeah, really brings out the top of the snare. And not bad. So why don't we give it a little more attitude? A little bit more of the wood. There we go. All right, now we're looking good. So let's go ahead and yeah. Now what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and unsolo that, and then we're going to go ahead and take a listen to just the drums. All right, there we go. That's a little bit more, how you say, the bee's knees. All right, now I think we're sitting a lot better here, and we're at a nice -8 on the channel out. Oh, -4 rather. So going into the master, we gotta keep an eye on that. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a trip on the effects bus, and let's go ahead and listen up what we got on here. So that's really simple. I kind of know what I want to do here, and that's use Brower Motion Systems. To auto pan that back and forth, and we're just going to let it go on basic, and we're going to go ahead and do that on the other one as well. Now we get this left and right pan of the signal automatically, which you should be hearing in your speakers or your headphones. Now they should be moving against each other. So I got this right. Yeah, they do. Okay, so good. All right, and I think maybe we will really put this out on the spread here. Okay. I want it this way. Oh, that's low frequency spread. My bad. Hold on. All right, now we're going to also then take spread light, and we're going to really spread that shit out. There we go. Okay. All right. Time to save. Saving. And done. Okay, now let's see. Those noises are probably a little bit loud. Hello. All right, I think, let's see, where are we peeking out on this here? -1. Okay, so all right, that should be good. And then we got these vocal kind of what's nots, but I think that's pretty. Let's do the same thing, just spread it out. WI, Modern Warfare, Infinite Insurgency or something. Not really, I don't think so. I don't think I saw it. Okay, so we got our bass here, which let's take a listen to our bass. All right, why don't we use some more JJP since we're right on the JJP train. We'll do JJP bass. Yeah, that's what I said. Call it Modern Warfare, like whatever. I forget what it's called. All right, let's give it a little more of that transient edge, and then tighten it up a little bit. Not too wide because we're going to use. Let's see, why don't we use our bass again? All right, that's around 70 hertz. Let's just do 69 for fun. All right. And we'll take the gain down a notch. All right, and then what we're gonna do is I think we're good. So now we've got everything kind of together. We didn't really do too much, but I think that's the essence of kind of keeping it all together. We could add some reverb on the drums, but I think we're gonna be okay. Let's just check levels here. Close. I don't know what to call it. Yeah, this is. I made this from a new disco pop set of loops, but I don't feel it's new disco pop at all. All right, let's see what we came up with here. Oh, it's some sort of EDM, isn't it? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in all the folders. Watch how small this gets now. All right, see now we've got an easy to manage a bit of stuff. And then what I can do is I can just grab all these volumes and in ratio drag them down. Let's go ahead and drag it down a good 6 dB, 10 dB almost. All right, and then let's go ahead and bring it back up slightly. Yeah, I know about the leak. Yeah. All right, now we can go ahead and get to mastering. So why don't we just make this easy? I'm going to slap a simple mastering processor on, and we may just call it a Deo. All right, let's go ahead and see. I like to just grab it by the horns and go. Wow. Hey, Slick. Okay, let's not use that. Let's go ahead and do this manually. And I got a little bit of stuff to do, so we got to actually do some compression and some things. So why don't we take the drum bus. We'll go ahead and use the townhouse compressor. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff figured out real fast here. All right, let's drop the threshold down to about -14. All right, now let's also I have so many compressors, it's insane. For these synths, let's use a simple bus compressor, and we are going to Hey, Hart, how you doing? All right, so now we're doing okay. We got some compression going and things. Let's also kind of get rid of some other old resonance here. Let's see. All right, let's hear that. All right. All right. Now we're gonna need a mastering compressor. I like Shadow Hills Class A. It's probably my favorite mastering compressor. All right, we're going to look to start with something like well, they like to, you know, they like to irritate. All right, let's take a listen here. I'm a little beside myself that I wrote this song. All right. Go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and see what we can EQ into this baby. Let's go back to the front. Okay. The base. Okay, well, that's okay. All right, so yeah, I mean it's pretty good. I think the way we have it, I mean I could see maybe vitamin is going to be a good contributor here. So why don't we go ahead and there it is. Finished. It's nice right now. All right, one thing that's kind of getting to me. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, is there no way to, okay, I don't want, like, wait a second. See, the problem is there's a delay on here. Okay, there's like a delay after, like an attack delay. I don't see any way to, other than the skip time. Oh, well, maybe that's what it is. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. Yeah, see, it's like still playing like when it's over, and I don't know. No. Why? Why? All right, so maybe we don't use this lo-fi filter. Then we try a different lo-fi filter. So let's remove this one and let's add. Let's see what kind of lo-fi we got. Ow. Okay. That's gonna be too long of a list. Why don't we try this air lo-fi? See what happens. Why don't we do needle point? That's fun. I'm making the static. The whole point is that, like, I'm making the sound like it's all fucked up in the beginning because it's going to clear up in a second. Watch. So what we do is I'm generating all this static and trying to make it sound like a record. And then what we do is we play, right? And so now it's all fucked up sounding. Very nice, great success. All right, so Yeah, we're ready to go. We're ready to master for SoundCloud. I didn't not. Yes, it was scratch. It was, well, I'm not scratching on a record so much as there's just simulating dust and particles on a record and scratches. Yes. So yeah, I did not expect that tonight I'd be able to compose this song up in like 25 minutes, mix it down and master it in like an hour and 26 minutes. And so boom, 2 hours, song produced. It's not a great song by any means. It doesn't even follow structure correctly, but it's good for rolling credits. It's good for a product video. It's good for whatever you need, or just music to pass the time, or whatever. But it's a little bit of a track. So we did that. Congratulations to us. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So we're going to. I think I do want a little more saturation though. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pop this puppy out for SoundCloud and call it a day on this song. And we can, if you want, work on other songs I'm working on, or we can make a new song. Up to you. But first, let's render this thing out. It's not perfect, but I don't want to spend too much time on this mix because it's not like it's not important. It's just something I use for material for the stream. So. Well, let's go ahead and render this thing, and first shot, and we're gonna render it out. Why the hell am I humming that? Okay. All in, baby. Apply all that metadata, and let us then render this file. You are? Oh, hey, Daryl. I'm so sorry. We haven't had a chance to Get to your computer. I'm so sorry. I totally zoned out on that. Wait, that is you, right, Daryl? I don't know if it's right, Daryl. Okay, this doesn't look. Hey, thanks for the sub, Daryl. Wonderful. On YouTube, that is. Beautiful. Thank you so much. This doesn't look very good. Dynamic range wise, we got some problems. So, okay, I'm not happy with this, but we could let it go. Although there's a lot of harmonics. Okay, good. Okay, let's see if we can improve this before I actually go to render, because I'm not happy with that. So why don't we do some, what I like to do if I'm in trouble with dynamic range is I use Master Desk, and what we can do is, sorry. We'll get your thing figured out. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. There's been a lot of stuff going on at home. New disco, is that correct? Like, does this work? Let's see. Hey, we can try just using new disco everywhere and seeing if that works. All right, let's go ahead, and that might be too loud, so we're gonna see. Too crunchy. All right, hopefully we've got a little bit better of a dynamic range situation going on here. Let's take a look, and we're going to try that again. Well, it is just a busy mix. Oh, geez, man, I'm sorry to hear that. All right, well, shit. It's just hard because I wish that I could be hands-on with your computer. Hopefully, we can get something figured out where someone can help out. This is not a good-looking output, by the way, folks. This is not good. I pushed this mix too hard. Now it's all sorts of saturated, and it's not good. Yeah, what kind of genre for Halloween music? Like spooky music? Like I don't know how to make spooky music. Should we try? I don't even know where to begin. I should probably watch a video on how to do it first or something, because I feel kind of stupid trying to do it on the fly. We'd probably be sitting here for 4 hours while I try and figure it out. Wow, it's already 10:11. My goodness. How my oh my, how the hours fly. Let's see. The spookier the better. But what constitutes spooky music? Like eerie sounds and things like that? I have some sounds that can do that, but oh man, this master looks like garbage. I don't want to put this out on SoundCloud. Is it that bad, Patrick? Is it really? Let's take a listen. I mean, it's so smushed. It's so very, very smushed. Okay, let me see if I decompress it. On. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, familiarize yourself with a couple things, and then we can maybe work on it together. I mean, we could add a vocal to this, but I think we're good. Let me see. I think. Not loud enough yet. Hey, farming. All right, let's God, does this window have to be this small? Can it not resize? Of course it can't. I've seen it bigger than this. That's what she said. Or he said. Does it not get bigger? It doesn't get bigger. You son of a bitch. It's tiny. Why is this window so tiny? All right. I think there's a little bit of some drums. How you doing, farming? A little bit of too much on the drums. We're gonna back that off a little bit. It's a little too hot, a little too crispy. Now let's go ahead and try this again. Again, we're going for distorted lo-fi in the front. Oh. That's what they always say. Yippers. Okay, what do you guys think about that? I think that's pretty good. Now, dynamic range wise, I don't know if we're going to be sitting pretty again or not. We're going to find out right now when I render this thing. Much better. Much better. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's not bad farming considering I was saying earlier I wrote this song in like 20 minutes. I wrote it tonight just for this piece, for this stream, like 20 minutes before the stream. And I was like, wow, look at that maximizer go. Without it, it would be a lot more dynamic, but this is still nice and loud and dynamic. Ah, son of a bitch. We got a peak. All right, there was not supposed to be any peaks. All right, let's do this. I don't want to go too loud with this, so let's not inflate too much. And then, I know. So I know it's a kick. think that's pretty good. I don't trust this peak limiter. I don't know why. Okay, I guess I really need to start filtering stuff out and like doing some resonance checks and shit. But I think it's okay. I think this is okay for consumption. Let's go ahead and try and render that file down, and hopefully it looks better and it's not all crazy smushed, and also no peakies. Yeah, I guess it's not bad considering we inflated it with the Oxford inflator, which is just a loudness tool to help keep, make things loud. I shouldn't say just a loudness tool because it does more than that, but for the sake of today, we'll just say that. Yeah, I mean, this isn't as dynamic as I'd like it to be, but I would need to spend a lot more time working on this, and I just don't feel like we should. I think we're all right. Check out my Spikeypup Twitter. It's neatish. I mean, it's kind of within the loudness guidelines for Spotify, kind of not. Okay. So that's gonna be ready for Spotify. You guys can pick that up on my Spotify later tonight. I'll post it. So that's that. Why don't we start something new? All right, and then why don't we? You said you want something spooky, so let's do something spooky. Spikeypup. All right. Lucky for you, I have some interesting instruments. Pookie. Why did I spell it like that? Why did I do that again? All right, okay. Let's take a look. We're gonna need contact for this one, and there we go. And we're gonna need let's see. No, it's not this. Hold on a sec. Okay, I've totally forgotten the instrument I have that makes spooky shit. Trying to think about, like, I guess, well, why don't we replace this with, well, first, you want to see this theme I really like, but I can't fit it on my screen? Let's take a look at that. Shazam. We'll try and use it, but, oops, hold on, themes. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, okay, now we're gonna need to put a synth on here, and right, okay, there it is. Okay, and so we'll put Ascension on here, and then well, I guess we'll just kind of see what we can do. Keyboard here, and then we need to arm this track for recording. That's not what I'm looking to do. Arm it, and the input is MIDI. Okay. Was that spooky enough for you? All right, let's see. Hold on. There you go. That could be interesting. We could explore that a little bit. like that. All right, let's do this. Okay. You know what we should use? Actually, I think we could use some sound design stuff from Protos. So let's do that. We use Concept. Concept is a pretty crazy synth. Whenever you want to open. All right. And we can set the stage with some like. Okay, let's roll these dice. Alright, those dice are awful. Let's do this. Horror. Okay, alien zones. Snoozers. What else we got? Oh, I know. Okay. 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 I think I got this. So let's see how far down we go. Wow, that's as much space as we can get. All right. I love this. I need a 4K screen in order to use this, but I want it so bad because I'm gonna have to separate my mixer, guys. Sorry. But it's like you need it to be that tall to join the party. So I'm going to detach that, move it over there, and then we got all this space, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert. And why don't we go ahead and well, actually, let us not do it this way. All right, let's do it this way. We're going to insert loop cloud, because that's where I get all my stuff from, because the loop cloud helps me organize my loop library, which has over 330,000 loops. And because of that, I need something to manage it, so I use loop cloud, and it works great. So they're not paying me to say that. They should pay me to say that. Loop cloud, if you're listening, pay me to say that, because I'll say it, because it's good. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can find something Halloweenish. Okay, we have cinematic electronica, drum bass, tension, tools, underscore, dark trap. There's games audio. We could do. Is there like dystopian hellfire horror collection? There it is. I don't hear it. Why aren't we hearing this? See it there. Where's my master? Looking. It's armed. It's a silence. The sound of silence. Yeah, I'm like, what's going on here? The audio's there. We're monitoring. What? You know, I had this happen to me once before, and I'm like, the master send is here. What in the hell? Am I missing something? Oh, is it because I need to assign it a bus? No. Why is this not? It's like I don't understand. Okay, so everything is should be playing. What the fuck is happening here? This is already routed to the master. I already see it. Like it's routed. I'm monitoring. There it is. So that's something we can use, right? Okay. Why don't we do this? Okay. I've never done a song like this, so you're gonna have to forgive me for being stupid and not knowing. But let's take this loop and let's drop it in right over. Yeah. Okay, and that's gonna be. Oh, hello. No, I didn't. Spooky alarm. Okay, so now we have that, but we're gonna need some drums to go with this, and All right. I don't see any drums per se. All right. So we have this backtrack. So we're gonna have to add it like manually. So we're gonna have to add some cinematics and stuff. Okay. So I probably are gonna need contact actually. Now that I think about it. Okay, and then we're gonna need. I think it's Ghost. I can't remember. Bear with. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna need to. Okay, those are all pitch adjusted. That's fine and dandy. For this, we gotta record arm again, and then we gotta go and put MIDI, and then take that off, and then we've got to take this track and. No. What we need is like some drums. All right. Gosh, I don't know because I don't know what I have to work with. This is really difficult. Let's see. All right, we're gonna need some cinematic drums. Maybe some cinematic battle music. Are you serious? There's not a single drum track. All right, hold on a sec. Oh, it's because I'm in this wrong category. My bad. I'm in game audio here. Cinematic tools. Cinematic tension. Yeah, that's not what I wanted. All right, when in doubt, like stick a bunch of this shit on, and then. Okay, and then. let's go ahead and see how this lines up in here. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I gotta study how to do this. I'm very lost. Unless someone of you guys out there knows how to construct horror songs, I am like lost on this. We can go to my R&B song of the day that we're working on. Let's go ahead and do that. This one I don't know what to do with right now, but work on it and when I know more about it. So I don't know. Yeah, I just wish I knew how to do it. All right, now we should. All right, mixture's good here.
That's what I'm about.
All right, let me see. I wrote this the other day. Again, about half an hour, 40 minutes of noodling around. But I have to rearrange the vocals and I have to add more. It's very loose right now.
Come on. I can make a bend go away, away. Come on. Good girls crying more. I can make a bend go away, away. I can make a bend away, away. Come on. Let's make the most of the time. Let's risk it all just to see if there's a heaven built between us that resides on the beat. Thought I told you, skip the talking. I can show you, baby. If you agree, that's me on you, that's you. I can make a bend away, away. Come on. Action, that's what I'm about. Got been acting like you about that. Come on. I can make a bend away, away. Come on. Good girls.
It seems slower than when I had initially written this. I don't know what's going on here. Honestly, I'm really tired right now. I just realized. I'd say we're good for right now. Does anyone have any questions or any comments or anything? We can. I'll work on the Halloween thing and study that up, but yeah, we'll be coming back with some games and stuff here soon. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I got some stuff to do still, and tomorrow's gonna be a busy day because I'm moving in the studio finally, and there's so much stuff to do. So Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry it's so hot right now. It's nice and cool here, but I know what it was like last week. It was like 100 degrees in the middle of the night for like 7 or 8 days straight. So I feel you on that. Um, anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out. What was I using? Magic Clover Dark. I really like this one. I still keep coming back to it. But I also love the Imperial. I don't have a 4K monitor and I need like two of them. So I think the next big thing I'm going to do is in the studio is probably take a 50-inch TV and use it as a primary. I don't know yet. We'll find out. Whatever works out the easiest. Anyway, thanks, guys. I know it's kind of late for some of you. Go and get some rest. It is 11 p.m. on the West Coast here. Thanks for hanging out. It's been a nice two hours and a half. Mostly, I was also testing out my OBS, making sure everything's working, and also making sure that some fixes I did to my system should be working. So hopefully, hopefully we'll catch you later, Harrison. Thanks so much for coming. Have a great night. Hopefully we'll be looking at some better gaming without some crashes here soon, because I think I found the culprit to the crashes. And was able to take care of that. So seems to be good now. I apologize for all that. Anyway, if there's no questions, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is say thank you so much for coming along. I would like to just take a second to talk about what's going on. And so, when I get in the studio, there'll be a lot more streaming of mixing and mastering, because it is what I do. I'm a producer, and so that's what I do. And now that I've built my recording studio, there's a lot more work to be done. So that's going to be a shift for the channel a little bit, but I'll still be doing my fair share of gaming and all the other things that I do. And I just want to talk about, do I continue doing Mondays and mixing and mastering? I think so. The Friday feature is something I'm looking forward to doing, where I take a plugin that I have and we review it and talk about it. I have over 3,200 plugins, and so there's much to talk about. And honestly, it gives me a chance to work with them so that I can get more experience with them as I go forward. That is a lot of plugins. I know I'm not going to say that it shouldn't be shorter of a list. It definitely should be. I have a lot of repeats and overlaps in there, but it's just an obsession of mine, plugins, and I don't know what to say. But the Friday feature is something I'd like to be doing soon, and all that jazz. But should any of you need any production assistance or mixing and mastering assistance, or anything like that, just hit me up and leave a comment below, or if you're on YouTube or whatnot, or catch me live and chat me on Twitch, etc. when we're live, and we can talk about it. In any event, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And I'm going to say good night. Thank you so much. Daryl, I'll be in touch. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll talk soon. All right, thanks, guys. Love you much. Bye.
Come on, Tuck.